Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on Thursday, February 21st, 21st, I think, yes. 2019, and it's we're going all over the place, and it's 1700 more or less Eastern Standard Time now. And here's a bit of food that Paul brought over yesterday morning from the hotel that he had in his refrigerator, because it's starting to overflow because they give him so much stuff. And he had come over to do his, we're just going all over the place today, aren't we? Doing his taxes. Sort of the annual tradition around here is that I do his taxes and then I do my taxes. And though we haven't lived together since November of 2016, I still do his taxes and then I do my taxes, which is fine by me. I'm glad to do it. If anything, it prepares me for the changes that are happening in the tax laws, and the forms. This year they've redesigned the forms. I think it's idiotic. Here, let me show you. Now, for those of you who have done your own taxes, and I've always done my own taxes, you have your standard. You had your standard 2-page 1040 form, and then you had Schedule A for itemized deductions. You had Schedule B for interest and dividends. For those of you who had a sole proprietorship business like I did, and still do technically, Schedule C. And then if you are lucky enough to have some capital gains or losses, well, sometimes losses are lucky too, Schedule D. And then the self-employment tax form, which technically I don't have to file, but I do it anyway just because why rise above the event horizon? And now they have this thing called Schedule 1. And on Schedule 1, they do the things that you used to report on the old 1040 form on lines 12 and 13, business income and capital gains, among other things. And then they have the adjustments to income, like, educator expense and stuff. That never really, never applied to me. And then we have Schedule 5. Now there's like 2, 3, and 4, which doesn't apply to me. And this is where you report your, this is where you report your estimated tax payments for the past year. So basically what they've done is they've taken a 2-page form and 4 schedules, and then made you file 2 more pages that used to be taken care of with the older 2-page form. And so that's our government helping us. But at least doing Paul's taxes gave me a chance to preview the lay of the land. Now the great thing is they have these PDF fill-in forms on the government tax sites. Now Ohio's worked fine. I was able to do that relatively lickety-split. because I'd already calculated it on the feds, but I hadn't done the PDF fill-in on the feds for Paul because they said it wasn't, you know, the site's down, we're maintaining the site, you know, try later. Well, he hung around about 5 o'clock and it still wasn't working. So I got up this morning and around about 8:30 I thought, well, I'll just see if I can do Paul's, you know, finish up doing Paul's taxes, and printed right off, you know, filled right in, I printed it right off. So all he's got to do is come over and sign it and send it in. That was my good deed for the day. Now, last night we had the good Henry and Liz came over, and they brought this. There's this drive-in, this, you know, classic late 50s, early 60s, mid 60s style drive-in that's opened down on Gemini Parkway, IKEA Parkway, whatever you want to call it. And it's got really good hamburgers. Now, of course, like all hamburgers nowadays are overcooked because the government won't let you actually cook a hamburger that's properly cooked. It has to be overcooked. But it's like two burgers, you know, and they could tank it up a little bit more with some pickles and things than they do, but they have some stuff on it. And their fries, I'm not one of these fry Nazis. I don't make a big deal about fries, but these are very passable fries. And apparently they don't rape you for an arm and a leg to do it either. You know, and they bring it out to your car. You order from your car, they bring it out to your car. So, Liv and Henry brought over about a bunch of that stuff last night. So we sat and yacked, and I guess Henry's going to go off electioning up in the northeast part of the state for a better part of next week. I guess Liz is going to go on a cruise for a week with her daughter that lives in Kansas City. That's her oldest daughter. And so that'll be great. Well, it'll be a good time for Liz. I don't know, it'll be a good, well, it might be a good time for Henry too if he gets all the signatures he needs to get all this stuff on the ballot. So that's been it. We hit 40 degrees today, and stuff's melting. It's not melted off, obviously, but it's melting. So yeah, no more raccoons. I'm here for my sins. So I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers. Oh, where's my thing? There we go.